14 competing teams, 13 different venues, 3 host nations. Cricket is part of the fabric of life here, and this competition is the pinnacle of the one-day game. We'll be bringing you all the action and reaction from India, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. The Cricket World Cup on Al Jazeera.
Libyan rebels regroup in the east, preparing for possible new attacks by pro-Gaddafi forces. Hello and welcome, I'm Divigo Palin and you're watching Al Jazeera live from Doha. Also coming up, leaving Libya in their thousands, a growing humanitarian emergency as foreign workers escape the fighting. It's a new day of protests across the Arab world. Tens of thousands are expected to keep up the pressure for reform. These are live pictures from Cairo. And China announces a big boost in military spending to more than $91 billion this year. It's just after 9 a.m. in Libya, where rebel forces are regrouping after airstrikes on Thursday failed to force them away from a key oil terminal at Brega. The region is about 800 kilometers east of the capital, Tripoli. The son of Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi says Thursday's airstrikes there were meant to scare rebels away, not kill them. But it didn't work. Anti-government forces remain in the area. Now, these pictures from nearby AlJazeera show rebel reinforcements arriving and arming themselves. Witnesses say hundreds have been arriving there from across the east of the country. And U.S. President Barack Obama has called for Gaddafi to go now, but while saying all options are on the table and would not commit to enforcing a no-fly zone. And the conflict is creating a growing humanitarian crisis. 180,000 people have fled Libya and thousands more are waiting to escape. But there's little help for those who make it across the border and have nowhere else to go. Tony Bertley sent us this report from Benghazi.
A few possessions in their bags and the clothes on their backs. Migrant workers in Libya on the move looking to escape somebody else's conflict. These feel destitute and abandoned. The lucrative jobs in an oil-rich country lost in the uprising. At the docks in Benghazi Thursday, yet another boat stands by to collect its human cargo. This time, 600 Syrians board the Captain Abdullah. But in recent days, vessels from China, Vietnam and Europe have come to collect its nationals.
أكيد شعور جميل يعني هذا ماشي على بلده بيكون شعوره جميل شعور جميل.
We've been here for 3 days, he says. It feels very good to go. At the peak, up to 10 boats a day were setting sail from here, with migrants desperate to flee the danger. More than 30,000 migrant workers have left from this port in the last week. The exodus is slowing, but still they're coming. Countries from all over the world have remembered their nationals, but there are a few, that have been forgotten. In a camp the other side of the harbour, the foreign workers who can't get out, either because they have no money or their governments don't care.
Many country people here, Indian, China, Turkey, but all people go back. But our Prime Minister is no helping.
They survive because of handouts and donations from Libyans, but it's a basic existence. The problems for these men are compounded by the fact they haven't been paid by their company, and that's hurting their families back home.
In some cases, literally dropped everything, including their documents in some cases. So they're travelling home empty-handed. Many are through remittances are supporting quite sizable families back home. And so it's going to have a huge knock-on effect.
There are more than 2,500 migrant workers here and another 1,000 in nearby camps, but that's what they know. It's estimated that the figure is much higher, perhaps by 3 or 4 times. Many workers, especially those from Africa, feel frightened.
Some of us, we are surviving. Some of us, we are dead now. Right now, we are looking for the solution.
That solution is being provided by international organisations now arriving in Benghazi. Most in this camp will be repatriated in the coming days or weeks, but there are still pockets of Indians, Filipinos and Africans unaccounted for, and for now there is nothing to do but wait and hope the violence doesn't return. Tony Bertley, Al Jazeera, Benghazi.
Graphic videos emerged of what appears to be a group of soldiers massacred in Libya. The video was posted to Facebook, so it cannot be independently verified. The pictures appear to show the bodies of at least 21 men in military clothing, bound and blindfolded. One seems to be alive. The Facebook page says the video was first run on state TV, which identified the dead as soldiers killed by anti-government fighters. But the Facebook posting says the men were actually killed by pro-government forces for refusing to fight. One of Gaddafi's sons, Saif al-Islam, has been the public face of the regime since the unrest began. He has accused the international media, including Al Jazeera, of blowing the crisis out of proportion. In an interview with Anita McNaught, he repeated the allegation, claiming that the West was trying to take over Libya's oil.
We have money in Switzerland. It's a joke. Please, come on. We are not kids. Stop fooling us. We have no money outside. You know, they failed. Come on.
That's just one. That's just one.
Give me
of the problem.
A single evidence that show me our bank accounts. Show me. Second,
the bank accounts.
Show me that. No. Show
but
me.
That's the least of your problems. Your diplomatic immunity has been taken away. You can't even travel
listen,
like you used to.
The West, we know them very well. When you are strong, you know, they run after you. They are like, you know, they're like cats. If you are weak, they want to be like tigers. We know this game. We tried them for a long time. We know them for a long time. The West, the Americans, the NATO. Come on, we don't pay attention to them. Please, come on. We know the organized media campaign against Libya. We know this very well. This country will survive. I know they want to split the country. They want to destroy it. They want to control its assets. It's a very rich country, small population. This will not happen. So we tell those people, be happy. This will never ever happen because the Libyan people are so united. And please wait for surprises.
And you can watch Anita McNaught's interview with Saif al-Islam Gaddafi in full at 15:30 GMT on Friday. The U.S. president has once again called on Gaddafi to step down immediately, but Barack Obama didn't lay out any concrete plans, saying that all options are still open. From Washington, Patty Culhane has this report.
After more than a week of silence on Libya, U.S. President Barack Obama made it clear how he would like to see the fighting there end.
Colonel Gaddafi needs to step down from power and leave. It's time for Gaddafi to go. He must leave.
But so far, the president is more focused on getting the estimated 30,000 Egyptians and other foreign nationals out of Tunisia, where they fled looking for refuge, ordering military and civilian aircraft in to fly them home. As for Libyans, Mr. Obama says he's most concerned the violence now engulfing them will turn into a prolonged stalemate.
There may be situations in which Gaddafi is hunkered down in his compound, but the economy